what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose mirror tool and mirror the same profile on the other side. So when these two ends meet the other profile, there will be a close sketch for cutting. Okay. And yeah, this is one of the most important things, that for using any feature, you must have a close sketch, any one close sketch, right? For doing any feature, you must have a close sketch first. Okay. Now for mirror, here you will find this mirror tool. If you click on it and choose all these things in the like things to mirror, like this, you can select all of them, right? And mirror about, you can choose this axis. As you can see, the same profile is going to be made over here. Click on OK, and there you have it, a close sketch. uh, as you can see, this completely portion is filled with light blue shady color, right? Which means that is completely closed. Now we can use it to cut out this whole body from these two sides, right? Now if I go to extrude cut feature, and as you can see, I can drag this arrow outwards and in the other direction as well to cut this portion in the same way as I drawn, right? If I click on OK, see, we have the perfect cut as we wanted, right? So like that, you can use cut feature. You can just simply click on this extrude cut feature. What this tool does is basically it extends your sketch in perpendicular directions to cut out from any 3D body in its way. Okay, that's what extrude cut is used for. And yeah, that's how you can make a cut in your 3D body. Now we have two things ready. The last thing which we want is this middle portion, right? And actually this middle portion is connected in this image, but usually it is not, because there will be a hole in the middle, and while we assemble the whole body, there will be a wrist pin and the connecting rod, then that pin will be there. Right now we don't have to make it over here. There will be just two holes and these two figures to hold that wrist pin and connecting rod. Okay, so let's make these two. So for that, we have to sketch on this surface, right? We are going to sketch two rectangular surfaces and extrude it outwards, and then we can cut two holes in it, right? As simple as that. So what we can do, we can just simply click on it and click on sketch tool. You can sketch on any surface instead circular, right? Except circular. You cannot sketch on a circular surface. If I click on this circular surface over here, as you can see, there will be no sketch tool present over here, right? Because we cannot sketch on curved surfaces. Okay, we can just sketch on flat surfaces, and this surface is flat, right? If I click on it and go to sketch, as you can see, sketch tool is visible over there. So if I click on it, again it will be parallel to my screen. Now I can draw on it two rectangular surfaces, but first let's draw an axis so that both of them will be symmetrical. Okay, let's draw an axis in the middle, and let's make a rectangle over here. Okay, let's make this side's middle point and this center. Okay, one line is selected at this point, and the center, and let's make them horizontal, right? So the complete rectangle will be in the middle. Okay, now we can change the dimensions. Let's give it 15 would be fine, and let's decrease this a bit, let's say 30. Okay, this will be fine. Now if I click on OK, and let's decrease the gap between them. So for that, either we can choose an axis or we can use a line, depends on you. Let's choose an axis and let's make it this like this, and let's give it a gap of, let's say, 12 mm. Okay, now I'm going to mirror it the same rectangle on the other side. So for that, you can just go to mirror, choose this rectangle about this middle axis which we drawn earlier, right? As you can see, we have two rectangles ready, right? Now what we can do, we can just simply go to features, and as I use extrude cut feature, there is an extrude boss or base feature as well, which actually converts your 3D sketch into a converts a 2D sketch into a 3D body, as you can see in the GIF as well, right? If I click on it, we'll see we have these rectangular figures coming out of that portion, that flat surface on which we have drawn the sketch, right? Now let's go back to image once and let's see. Yeah, these are actually extrudewards outwards, just like this surface till this surface, right? So what we can do, we can simply, actually it is already till this far, but if in any case you want this extrude surface tool to be extended only till this surface, right, this surface, so what you can do, right now it is on blind, right, you can choose it to up to surface, okay, and you can choose the surface. So now they will be extruded just till this surface length, right? And of course there are so many other features as well, we are going to explore one by one. Right now let's just keep it to up to surface and let's choose this surface. Okay, now if I click on OK, you will see these rectangular things are coming outwards, right? They are very sharp, but we are going to fix it, don't worry about it. As you can see, right, over here it is completely filleted. Actually the fillet tool is there, which is used to curve those edges. So yeah, we are going to use that, but first let's make holes in it, right? These circular holes, as you can see in this image, right, let's make them. And how we can make that, again, we can just make a circle on this surface and cut it by using the extrude cut feature, right? So let's go to sketch and let's make a circle in the middle. So for seeing it in the middle, you can just hover your mouse on the line and there will be a middle point of that line given by SolidWorks, like this, right? Over here it is over here. So by just dragging it upwards, you can see an axis, a small blue colored axis over there, which is showing you that your circle is in the middle, right? So let's make a circle like this. Let's drag it a bit upwards. Yeah, and we can define the distance from it, from the center or from the bottom side, right? Let's give it a distance of, let's say 20 mm. Okay, and let's increase this radius to 10 mm. Yeah, that's fine. Now what we are going to do, we are going to use the cut feature and going to cut the whole circle from both of these rectangles. Okay, how we are going to do that, just go to cut feature, click on it. Your circle, if there is only one sketch, it will be automatically get selected, and you can just drag this arrow to cut from both of these, right? Click on OK, and there you have it, right? The complete body is ready. Just the thing left is the fillet one. So here is the tool which we need, the fillet feature. If I click on it, again it's the same, just like the sketch fillet which we have used to curve these edges, right, those vertices. Right over here in fillet feature, you can actually fillet anything except surfaces. We cannot fillet a surface, but you can fillet a edge, you can fillet a vertex as well. So right now, as you can see in this image, we have all these edges curved, right? So let's do that. The outer body is completely fine, and the outer body is actually made sharp to completely, adjust according to the dimensions. Because if there is a slight gap, even a slightest gap is there between the walls of cylinder and piston, there will be no, like, the pressure that piston faces will be less, very less, right? Those things will be going to leak from here and damage the engine, right? So that's why these over here we don't use fillet, but from the inside you can, to decrease the wear and tear. Okay, so yeah, by just clicking on this fillet feature, you can just click on any edge like this. As you can see, the radius of that fillet is actually very high, that's why it is like this. So let's decrease it. Let's give it a fillet of, let's say, 2 mm. Yeah, this was fine. Now you can choose the entire surface as well. Not the surface will get fillet, but all the edges which is connected to that face will get fillet. Okay, if I click on this surface, you can see all those edges which are connected to this surface will get fillet feature on them with the same radius. Okay, so yeah, we have to fillet this surface and this surface as well. Let's fillet this and this one, this one, and this one. Okay, not the outer one. Yeah, enough. Now if I click on OK, As you can see, we have the entire model ready with us, right? Now, this is the model which we actually want to make. The the portion which we have to cover is already done. Now, one thing is extra which I want to tell you, that there is a complete render engine is over there in the software SolidWorks, which you can actually use to, give a practical image of your model, just like this one, just like this one. Now, let me just show you how you can do that. First of all, in this appearances tab over here, you can give appearance to your model, right? You can just right click on any of these surfaces and you can go check appearances over here as well. If you click on it, it will ask you like to which portion you want to give the appearance, to face, to that feature, revolve feature, to the whole body, or to the whole part, right? So that doesn't matter because we just want to make a piston looks like this one right over here, and this is most probably aluminum alloy or some kind of metal, right, which is polished. Now what we can do, we can just simply select the whole body in appearance, right? And over appearances, as you can see, we have a lot of things, lot of appearances over here, pre-made appearances. In plastics you have multiple types of plastics, just like that in metals you have multiple metals, right? Now let's choose aluminium. If I choose aluminium, as you can see, in aluminium also we have multiple kinds of shades of aluminium, right? Like polished one, brushed aluminium, coarse one. Like there are tons of different kind of materials which you can actually use. So right now let's just go with polished one, and let's click on okay. Or you can actually change the color as well if you want to. You can drag and apply on these as well in case you wanted. Again, it will ask you for the part or body. Let's select the whole body, right? That surface, that appearance will is going to apply on it, right? And of course, if you want to change the color, you can just go again to this body feature over here, and from here you can actually change the color. Okay, if you want to add any custom colors, you can add from here. I don't want to add any custom colors. This much will be good enough. Okay. Now, how we can render it? So let me just show you. If you go to SolidWorks add-ins feature and go to photo view 360, okay, then when you click on it, it will be added and will be there until and unless you again click on it and remove it. So here we have this render tools, right? So in this render tools, what you can do is you can just click on this integrated preview first. Then it will ask you for turn on perspective view or add on camera. Like perspective view makes your model looks like real, a realistic view of a model, right? In which the thing which is far away from you will get smaller and the thing which is closer to you gets bigger, right? That is perspective view basically. Or you can add a camera which gives you an entirely same view, right? So the simpler one will be perspective view. So let's click on perspective view. After clicking on perspective view, it will take some time to load and it is going to show you the integrated preview. Depends on your system, completely depends on your system. As you can see right now, it goes on hangs mode, right? But usually it doesn't. Right now I'm just recording the video as well, and a lot of things are connected to the system, that's why it is hanging a bit. But if you have a graphic card installed in your system, that will be much better. My system doesn't have a graphic card, so yeah, I have to deal with it. Let's see. Okay, so as I told you, it looks much more similar to this image comparative to that 3D model which we made, right? So yeah, that's it for today's video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something new. Thank you.